Hi, and thank you for joining me here today. Today I'm going to be talking to you about simple changes you can make to help lower your blood sugar. And this is for anyone who's trying to either prevent type 2 diabetes, and if you have type 2 diabetes, help you lower your blood sugar levels and bring it back into balance. And please share this video if you know of someone who has type 2 diabetes as well. The information I'm going to provide, I want it to be very practical so that you can use the information to see results soon. So diabetes is a very important topic to talk about because it's become an epidemic. And there's two types of diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes can be more genetic, or it's been linked to autoimmune conditions. That's where the immune system attacks its own pancreas, particularly the beta cells of the pancreas that produce insulin. So type 1 diabetes is due to a deficiency of insulin. And type 1 diabetes has also been linked to viruses, as well as, most recently, vitamin D deficiency. And then there's type 2 diabetes, which is much more common and which has really become an epidemic. And type 2 diabetes is really due to our lifestyle. It's what we're eating, what we're drinking, the stress we're under, the buildup of toxins. All of these contribute to getting type 2 diabetes. And nowadays we're seeing type 2 diabetes with more and more of the younger children as well, even in elementary school. And that's again due to lifestyle. So it's really important to address this issue. So what are some of the most common causes of type 2 diabetes? Well, number one, it's due to eating too much processed foods and too much fast foods. Number two, due to eating too many sweets, whether it's cakes or cookies, candies. Number three, it's due to a lack of exercise. Number four, it's due to a buildup of toxins in our body. And this is due to the environment, but also what we're eating and drinking. And then number five is due to stress. These are very, very key issues. And, you know, a lot of times we don't talk about stress, but it plays another huge role in creating type 2 diabetes. Because think about it. When we're stressed, what do? We reach for sweets, right? Cookies, candies, something to give us that pickup, that energy to get us through that stressful situation or to help cope with that stressful situation. And in addition, stress increases the level of a hormone called cortisol. And elevated levels of cortisol can then create issues with blood sugar balance because of creating what's known as insulin resistance. But I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. So know that you can both prevent and even reverse type 2 diabetes by addressing lifestyle. I can't emphasize that enough. By addressing, again, what we eat, what we drink, how we sleep, how we manage our stress, and the toxins we put into our bodies, that can help both prevent and even reverse type 2 diabetes. So this is really important to know. Now, looking at blood sugar, it's very interesting that of all of the blood sugar that's floating around in your body, 50% of that is actually used by your brain. And the next organ that both stores and utilizes blood sugar is your liver. And your liver can hold up to 100 grams of sugar, which is about 3 cans of Coke. And then there are your muscles, which need sugar for energy. And then there's adipose or fat tissue, which is used as a storage form of fat. So just like in life, you know, we need a balance of everything. Insulin is needed to drive blood sugar into our cells to generate energy. And there's another hormone also produced by the pancreas, what are known as the alpha cells of your pancreas, and that's known as glucagon. And glucagon is another hormone that helps actually create glucose, a process known as gluconeogenesis, and that's done by your liver. So we need glucagon to make more blood sugar whenever it's needed, and then you need insulin to drive that sugar into your cells. Like everything in life, it's a delicate balance. But what's happened again, because of our lifestyle, we are getting in this epidemic of type 2 diabetes, which is actually due to an elevation of two key hormones, one of which is insulin and the second which is cortisol. Now, insulin needs to be addressed. It's very important to address this hormone. And the reason being is elevated levels of insulin will then lead to a whole host of problems. Some of the problems include belly fat, because insulin is a fat storage hormone, and that's really important to know. So when you're having difficulty losing weight, it could be because you're having elevated levels of insulin. Elevated levels of insulin can also lead to elevated blood pressure because it causes you to retain sodium. And insulin also causes your liver to increase its levels of cholesterol, to produce and release more cholesterol into your body. And insulin can also affect the balance of your hormones, including testosterone and estrogen. Elevated insulin levels can also affect your immune system. So again, we need a proper balance of insulin, not too much or not too little. And that can all be addressed with our lifestyle. And then there's cortisol. Now, cortisol is a stress hormone that's produced by your adrenal glands. And elevated levels of cortisol can also lead to a storage of belly fat because it's also a fat storage hormone. And elevated cortisol can also weaken your immune system. And it can affect your quality of sleep, and can also lead to elevated levels of insulin or insulin resistance. That's why we need to keep our insulin and cortisol levels in check. That's very important. And again, addressing stress is very important because when we can manage our stress, we can balance our cortisol levels and even our insulin levels. And as we manage our stress, then we'll better be able to manage also what we eat, because we won't be having those sugar cravings or cravings that will then lead to elevated blood sugar levels, depending on what we're eating or even midnight snacking. And also food sensitivities can lead to inflammation, which can also lead to elevated levels of blood sugar. So all of these are important to address. And exercise is also very, very critical. So it's important every hour, just get up, walk around, drink plenty of water, so that you ideally need to use the restroom, several times a day. Otherwise, we end up sitting too much, and that's creating another whole host of problems. Moving your body will actually causes your cells to be more sensitive to insulin. That's very important. Because when we can lower our insulin resistance, when we can make our cells more sensitive to insulin, that insulin can then get into your cells, because you can think of insulin like a key and the receptor in your cell like a keyhole. So the insulin goes down, which is like a key, goes down to your cells and turns open that keyhole or activates that receptor that will then drive sugar into your cells, and the ultimate goal of that is to generate energy. Because whatever we eat, whether it's fats or carbs or proteins, all of it ultimately is broken down to glucose and other, of course, amino acids and fatty acids, but glucose then helps you generate energy. So by exercising, it has many, many benefits. It's making your cells more sensitive to insulin. It's increasing your metabolism, increasing your circulation and oxygenation, and helps your body get rid of toxins at the same time. So all you need to do, again, make sure every hour you set a little alarm and get up and walk around, do whatever you need to do, at least stretch. Make sure you're moving. And go for a walk every day. Even if it's only 5 minutes a day, something is better than nothing. Remember, any type of movement is beneficial. It all counts. So exercise is critical. And then, again, managing your stress and looking at what you're eating. Eating wholesome foods, fresh foods. That is so important. Minimizing the processed foods that you're eating is critical. And of course, avoid smoking is just as important. Don't stop. And if you are smoking, There's so many support groups that are available and different techniques that are available. You can even look at something called thought field therapy or emotional freedom technique. And I'll be making more videos on this in the future as well to help you with food cravings or addictions. And but that'll be coming up in the near future. But keep in mind that everything, all of these conditions with type 2 diabetes, what's related to sugar cravings, food cravings, or needing more motivation to exercise and stress management, you can use powerful techniques to help you actually increase your motivation, decrease your cravings, so that you can lead a healthier life. There's so many tools that are available to us nowadays. And every hour, again, also be sure to drink plenty of water. Sip on water throughout each hour. And because keeping well hydrated will actually decrease inflammation, curb sugar cravings, decrease anxiety. So it has a whole host of its own benefits. So that's very important. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I'm going to be giving you another Facebook Live with a couple of quick tips. And also I'll be having a PDF that you'll be able to download with 5 foods that can help you halt diabetes. And so that'll be tomorrow, so please stay tuned. So what I'd love to hear from you, please comment in the comment section below. Love to hear from you. And stay tuned for the next episode. And please let me know as well what topics you would like me to address, and I'd love to make Facebook Live videos for you to help you on your health journey. My name is Dr. Roopa Chari, and again, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care, and bye for now.